Hello, everyone. In the wake of a recent aviation incident where a Boeing 737 MAX 9 lost a fuselage panel mid-flight, the aviation world is abuzz with calls for stricter oversight and unannounced inspections at Boeing's factories. Jennifer Homendy, chair of the National Transportation Safety Board, emphasized the need for surprise audits to get an unfiltered view of Boeing's manufacturing processes. She expressed concerns about the effectiveness of scheduled audits, which might allow companies to prepare and potentially hide issues. Homendy's comments come after an extensive two-day hearing on the January 5th accident involving an Alaska Airlines flight. The hearing raised critical questions about the practices of scheduled audits and whether they allow companies like Boeing and Spirit AeroSystems to prepare and potentially obscure issues. Homendy and other NTSB members pressed FAA managers about the audit process, questioning why companies were given notice ahead of time. The FAA managers explained that while firms like Boeing and Spirit receive notice of an audit, they aren't told specifically what the FAA will be looking at, making it challenging for the companies to plan ahead. The FAA has been under intense scrutiny since the accident. They've pledged to continue aggressive oversight of Boeing, ensuring the company addresses its systemic production quality issues. Homendy stressed that the mid-air blowout was preventable, citing numerous audits and compliance reviews that had documented issues with unauthorized work and defects years before the incident. Despite these documented issues, no substantial actions were taken to address the underlying problems. Moving forward, the NTSB, FAA, and Boeing must collaborate closely to ensure aviation safety. During the hearing, Homendy questioned why the FAA didn't have full access to reports from Boeing's internal Speak Up program, which allows employees to raise safety concerns. This lack of access to critical safety information further complicates the FAA's oversight capabilities. In response to the January accident, the FAA capped production of the 737 MAX and conducted an audit that found multiple instances of non-compliance with manufacturing quality control requirements. This audit revealed significant lapses in the quality control processes at both Boeing and Spirit AeroSystems. Boeing has made sweeping changes, including appointing Kelly Ortberg as CEO and agreeing to buy back Spirit AeroSystems in a $4.7 billion all-stock deal. Despite these changes, the FAA managers admitted the complexity of the system at large manufacturers like Boeing makes sustaining corrective actions over the long term a significant challenge. The sheer scale of operations at Boeing, combined with intricate manufacturing processes, presents ongoing challenges for maintaining consistent quality and safety standards. Senate Commerce Committee Chair Maria Cantwell and Senator Tammy Duckworth have also voiced concerns. They introduced legislation aimed at boosting the FAA's safety management systems, requiring the regulator to analyze prior lapses to identify areas for improvement. The legislation aims to ensure that past mistakes are not repeated, and that continuous improvement becomes a staple in aviation safety management. Maria Cantwell said, "We need to ensure that the FAA's oversight capabilities are robust and that they have the tools necessary to hold manufacturers accountable." Whereas Tammy Duckworth pointed out that this legislation is about making sure that safety is never compromised and that every possible measure is taken to prevent accidents. During a Senate hearing in June, FAA Administrator Michael Whitaker acknowledged that the agency was too hands-off before the January 5th accident, focusing excessively on paperwork audits rather than on-the-ground inspections. Whitaker stated that the FAA has since revised its approach to emphasize more rigorous, hands-on inspections. Michael Whitaker referred that, "We've shifted our focus to ensure that our inspections are thorough and that we're addressing potential issues before they become critical problems." The NTSB will continue its investigation with a safety culture survey of Boeing employees. This survey aims to gather insights from employees about the internal safety practices and culture at Boeing. Homendy has asked the plane maker to commit to working with the agency on this critical step, which Boeing has agreed to do. Jennifer Homendy said, "We need to ensure a robust safety culture at Boeing, and we're committed to working together to achieve that." Stay tuned as we follow this developing story. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon to get the latest updates on aviation news and safety.